Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Today in Gaming for the 20th of June 2011, your dose of delicious daily gaming news. This is, of course, the first day the show is being made publicly available to all members of the VTW community. Please bear in mind that the show is still currently being tweaked for full release, and as always, feedback is greatly appreciated over on the VTWProductions.com forums. So, in the headlines today, the Sega hack is worse than expected, the graphical capabilities of Battlefield 3 are explained, and Halo Collector's Edition Anniversary is to support Kinect. Last week, Sega Pass members had their personal details compromised as Sega systems were hacked. Almost 1.3 million customers had their details stolen, including dates of birth, email addresses, names, and encrypted passwords. Sega assured customers that no credit card information had been stolen. After Sega became aware of the breach in their security, the Sega Pass system was immediately taken down to prevent damage to the company. Sega are now investigating the cause of the breach. However, it has also emerged that the breach came following Sega's attempts to tighten up security after the PSN breach. The latest attack brings into question the efficacy of Sega's security policies and will likely cause more worry for the industry as a whole. Lulzsec, the group responsible for hacking Sony, Nintendo, Bethesda and CCP, have denied responsibility, stating that they wish to help Sega find the perpetrators, and that they, and I quote, love the Dreamcast. Following footage of Battlefield 3's PS3 incarnation on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, a number of customers have been upset owing to the fact that the game looks inferior to the PC version shown at E3. Speaking on Twitter, DICE rendering architect Johan Andersson dealt with the questions regarding the demo. "We think huge levels, lots of players, great effects, destruction, vehicles and varied gameplay are more important than 1080p, said Andersson. He went on to question if any FPS runs at 1080p on consoles, concluding that DICE would have had to cut gameplay badly in order to allow it. However, whilst Battlefield competitor Call of Duty does not run at 1080p, it does run at 60 FPS, by comparison to Battlefield 3's 30 FPS. Andersson claimed that Battlefield's scale allows for this frame rate difference. However, Call of Duty will be a smoother game owing to the frame rate difference, and as such may have an advantage when the two clash later this year. Half-Life 2 developers Valve are making a free-to-play game. When asked by French gaming website Barre de Vie, Valve marketing boss Doug Lombardi stated that the studio was planning to make a microtransaction-based game. This comes following the introduction of microtransaction-based games, such as Champions Online, to Steam. It is possible that the new game is Dota 2, sequel to the incredibly popular Warcraft 3 mod. However, more is as yet unknown. In unsurprising news, it has emerged that the reason Tales of Vesperia, an RPG from Namco, was exclusive to Xbox 360 in the West is due to Microsoft paying off Namco Bandai to ensure that the game remained a Western exclusive. Whilst Namco did release a PS3 version of the game with additional content in Japan, the version was never ported. Namco Bandai community manager Charlotte Tosi stated that whilst they wanted to avoid disappointing fans, the decision was made by higher-ups and thus taken out of their hands. In related news, a new game from Namco Bandai may have been leaked. According to Play.com, Onechanbara 2 is out for the 3rd of February 2012 for £25. The lower price tag suggests that this is a remake of the second Onechanbara game. However, there has yet to be a remake of the original. As such, this might be a mistake on the part of Play.com, which is also listing PlayStation 3 exclusive Saint Seiya for a 1st November release at £40. According to both Amazon and GameStop, Max Payne 3 will be released on the 1st of December this year. However, there have been no press releases regarding the game, and as such this is an oddity if it is only 6 months away from release. Max Payne 3 is still absent from Take-Two's schedules, and a similar mistake was made by shops regarding the game's release back in 2009. As such, this news can only be approached as speculation, and customers are advised to be cautious towards pre-ordering this game. In an interview with Eurogamer, RPG developer BioWare defended sequels within games. E3 this year garnered a lot of criticism owing to its focus on sequels. However, Greg Zashuk, a boss of BioWare, stated, "Actually making one game is really hard. When you have a chance to leverage your tools and technology for a follow-up, it gets easier." The Zashuk said that Mass Effect 3 will probably be one of the best games BioWare has ever released, but would not have been so were it not for its two prequels. Ray Musier, co-founder of BioWare, added this, saying that, "You have to innovate. Innovation means that taking some risks creatively. When you're doing a sequel, if you're thoughtful and you understand your audience well, and you spend a lot of time listening to what they like and don't like, you take risks. Sometimes they pay out, sometimes they don't. But if you listen, you can continue to refine and make games better and better. You can adjust the right variables in a sequel. They're good if you do them right." These comments echo the view of id Software, of Rage and Doom fame, who stated at E3 that sequels were good for the industry. And finally, Halo's Anniversary Collector's Edition will have Kinect support. Currently, there is no word on how it will work, but Phil Spencer, a Microsoft boss, confirmed in an interview with GameSpot that, "As a first party, we believe Kinect will be important to all genres of all games, be it racing games with Forza, combat games like Rise, and even games like Halo Anniversary." Due out on the 15th of November, Halo Combat Evolved's remake features HD visuals as well as full Xbox Live integration. That's it from me here at Today in Gaming. As ever, if you enjoyed the show, then please do subscribe to my channel. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter as TheNat20, send in an email to thenat20@gmail.com, and if you wish to see my other work, then you can check me out on www.vtwproductions.com. Thanks for viewing, and I will see you all tomorrow.